Hi, so I'm in this new Minecraft world, right? And it's a realm, so I'm playing with Rabbit Girl and Superior Frog. So just to get started, I'm just chopping down some trees to get wood so I can make tools. And so I have big plans for this. I'm trying to make a house that's like underground but like nice dwarven style. And oh yeah, here I am just stealing my pig just because I can. So I'm now running over to get more wood, I guess. So off in the distance there's a hill, right? I'm thinking of making my house in that one because it's the right sort of shape for what I'm going to do. And I now see some sugar cane, so I'm going to go get that because it could be useful later for making some things that require sugar or paper. So I'm just collecting up my sugar cane so I can replant it to get more. It's fairly simple. So now I've seen more sugar cane right where I want to build my house, so that's a win-win because I can get that and start building my house. So I'm just digging into this mountainside. I'm expanding a hole so I can put my little starter base in here, and eventually I'm going to build my base inside that hole as well. So it's fairly gonna remain my place of living for a while now. So I'm now just getting stone and building my base really. It's sort of nice that I can do that at the same time. So I made a shovel and a pick just because it's easy. And then I realised I didn't have enough wood for a door. So I'm now just chopping down trees, which is annoying. So I'm now heading back to my base. I'm just getting the rest of this tree because don't leave floating trees, people. Don't leave floating trees. So I'm now heading back to my base and I'm going to make my door because I need a door. Now I'm just grabbing my crafting table so I can bring it inside and keep working through the night. So I just put that down and I make my door. So now I'm safe inside my little house. And then which probably wasn't one of my best ideas, and then it kills me. And because I'm in survival mode, I drop all my stuff and have to run all the way back with a helpful boost from a skeleton. And luckily the zombie's not inside when I get back. But I foolishly just decide to come out and get him anyway, because I'm crazy. But I did make a sword at least, so it helps me fight him. And I get a leather helmet. Benefits. And then, because I'm foolish, I decide to kill more zombies. And nearly get blown up by a creeper, which is scary. So, when I finally see sense again, I head back inside to the safety. But then I shake my head at the zombies. So, I'm now in my house and I'm gonna make a stone pickaxe so I can expand more, and a stone shovel to get rid of all the dirt. So I'm just gonna do a bit of work. So my idea is that I'll have a massive base with like a domed ceiling and things. But that's hard to make, so it's going to take me a long time. So I just keep mining. And then I have 10 stone. And I make some stairs as well, even though that has nothing to do with stone. And so I'm just trying to make my base look a bit nicer. I don't do it very well, but at least I tried. And yeah. So I've gone outside and now I'll just cover that up. So I can do some breaking. So I'm going to make a stone axe just to help me with my breaking. And also maybe fight because axes axes have a faster swing rate than swords, so they might have more damage a second. I can't really remember. But I'm just removing those dirt blocks and putting my stairs up there instead, just to give it a nicer look. And it's awful weather outside, so I'm just gonna stay in because no one likes rain. And I'm just having a look around my humble abode, and yeah, it's nice. So I'm now planting a tree because you don't want to deforest the world, as it will make the sky full of carbon dioxide. I'm now killing this drowned, which is hard when you are in the water, like underwater fighting it, but easy on land. So I'm just heading back in, and I opened my door wrong, getting myself locked out. So I'm now just making my base bigger, and also getting stone, because stone's useful. So I now have a very nice, off-centered, ugly base. And I'm making some slabs now to do my floor, because if you use full blocks to do your floor, you're wasting blocks. But if you use slabs, you're using half a block, so you cover twice as much space for the same amount, which is why I always use slabs. And also it makes it easier to like jump around in, because you really want a 3-block high space so you can jump without like hitting your head. But if you have a 2.5 with slabs, you can still jump. So I'm now off to kill a spider because I have arachnophobia, definitely. And then I see a fox and it's really cute, but it runs away. So I just cut down some trees. And I'm not tall enough to reach the top. Oh, I was. Ooh. So I'm just swimming back to my base with my wood. And it's wet. And yeah, there's a floating island. Well, not an island, a bit of floating wood. So I'm back at it, clearing out my floor. This time I'm going through the darker coloured slab to make a nice checkered pattern, because it just makes the house feel a bit more homely when it's got nice flooring. And this is my favourite design I always use because it's just pleasing to look at. So when that's out of the way, I focus on the ceiling. With this ceiling, I'm just going to stick with just oak wood because it's the same as the stairs I put in earlier, so it'll just give it a nice simplistic look. And yeah, I'm just putting the lily pad outside because it's nice. And then I break down the ceiling to place in the ceiling, which is strange, I think, because, yeah. And then I've just got to place in the roof, just to finish it off. And there, looks nicer already. Then I decide that I need a mine. So I'm heading down to Y12, which is where the diamonds are most commonly found. So I'm gonna make a vertical ladder shaft down, and the first rule of Minecraft is to never dig straight down, so I'm making it too wide, so I'm never digging directly below my feet. So I crafted out some sticks to make some ladders, and down I went. And then you can't place ladders on slabs, so. And I was off. down into my mine. Down to I-12, or at least as far as my ladders would let me go, before I had to make new ones. So as I was doing this mine, I realised that I was going to need more light. So I was thinking, where can I get light? And I thought, coal. Coal makes torches. So I headed off out to find some coal. I saw it off on the mountainside, and then I turned around further and saw even more across of it. So I started climbing up the mountain. It was a long, hard trek with multiple dangers. I barely made it out of that trek alive. And with coal. Eventually I got to the coal and I just started hacking at it to get pieces of coal, because you use sticks and coal to make torches, and torches give off light. And I also need light to prevent monsters from spawning in my house. So if it's dark enough, like zombies and things just spawn in and they'll kill me. So I need light to prevent them from doing that. So when I've got my coal, I head up because I've seen a sheep. And so when you kill a sheep, they drop wool. And if you get 3 wool, you get a bed. And with beds, you can sleep through the night. So you don't have to stay awake when all the bad monsters come out. And you're safe through the night. Then I kill some pigs to get food because I don't want to starve. So I'm just collecting those up. And if you're wondering, those little green orbs are experience. And they just fill up a bar and you can use them later on in the game. So I found a cave and I'm heading down because I'm hoping to find more things like coal. But there isn't any. So I use my coal to make torches with a stick and a coal. Then I switch those torches and place them and they give off light. So I then start swimming up the water again because I'm stuck in a cave. And as I'm swimming up the water, I notice some iron. Now, iron is a material, right? That when you smelt it, becomes iron ingots. And with iron ingots, you can make better tools and weapons and buckets and shears and things. And the only way to mine diamonds, gold, redstone and lapis, which are the 4 good, main good ores, is with an iron pickaxe. So I need the 3 iron to make a pickaxe. So I'm just collecting it up, and luckily there is 3, which is just enough for my pick. So then I head up out of the cave with my iron, lighting up as I go. And I'm just checking that I've got it, because it might have been swept away by the water, but no, I've still got it. So as I emerge, it's getting dark, and I see a creeper, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to kill it and get some gunpowder to make TNT. And I run at it, and I run past it and forget to hit it, and it blows up. And I die. So I have to run all the way back in the pouring rain, totally defenceless against any monsters that come for me, which is really annoying. So I'm heading back off up the mountain. And if you're wondering about that little picture in the top left corner of a person, that's not actually me, because whenever I play on a server, it doesn't give me the right skin. It always gives me another player's. So it's really annoying, but I haven't found a way to fix it. So I'm stuck with this skin. So as I'm climbing up, there are luckily no monsters trying to kill me at the moment. But that probably won't stay like that for long. So I see my stuff and I run towards it. And if you're noticing those purple sparks, there's a evil monster, right? It teleports and it leaves those sparks. So they're nothing to be afraid of unless you look them in the eye. So I'm just fighting off the zombies. I pick up all my stuff. And luckily I still have it all. So I just pick it up and run away. And then I check to have it. And I put on my helmet. And Rabbit Girl's up here too, doing who knows what. So I'm just heading down the mountain now to get back home, smelt my iron and make an iron pick. And I jump down off the mountain into the water. Luckily I don't get vaporised on impact. So it's annoying living in a swamp because you have to swim everywhere, but it's okay because you get slime. So I'm heading into my house now. I was just checking stuff. I'm just going into my house and then I see a drowned, which are like what happens when a zombie gets submerged in water for a while. It turns into a drowned, and occasionally you get one that holds tridents and chucks its trident at you, and it's not very nice. So I just made a furnace, and with a furnace you can cook things basically. So I'm putting my iron in the furnace to make the iron ingots I talked about earlier. And with those iron ingots, I'm going to make a pick. And with that pick, I'll then be able to mine all the good stuff when I find it. So I'm just waiting for it to smelt up. And you can also put food in a furnace. See how I have those two pieces of food, the pork and the mutton. If you eat them like that, they only give you a slight bit of food back. But if you eat them cooked, they give you a lot back. So you want to cook food, and then it gives you more hunger back. So I'm just now cooking my food. So I've got some cooked mutton and making some cooked pork. So I can now mine better object, but I can only mine better objects if I find them. So I'm now just going outside, and I was thinking that I might want a nice little flower in my house. So I'm heading off in search of some clay, which is a material that enables you. So when cooked in a furnace, it becomes bricks. And with bricks, you can make brick blocks, which are bricks houses are made of. And you can make flower pots. And I think that's about it, but there might be more. In the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, if there are more uses about bricks and clay. So I'm just mining it up. I pick it up, and I'm just heading back on home. And I really need to make an easier way to get to my house than swimming, but I haven't got round to it. So I remember that I have my 3 iron then, because I get my thing when I see it in my inventory. And yeah, I realise I have a trident. So I'm not sure where I got that, but I throw it. So you throw it, and it throws like a trident, and it shoots out of your hand, and it's the most damaging weapon in the game, aside from a diamond sword, I think. And it's also relatively easy to obtain because you get it from the drowned, and they can also spawn with it and throw it at you. So I'm just messing about with it here. And then I look down my mine, and I realise that I still haven't made an iron pick with my iron. So I craft out some sticks to do so. Now I have an iron pick to do mining with. And then I want to go deeper down in my mine so I can get better resources. So I head off to chop down some trees to get sticks to make ladders. So I'm just chopping down the trees, just being perfectly normal. So I'm just being weird and standing still for a bit. And then I remember I'm supposed to be tree chopping. So I'm just hacking down the tree. And there's nothing left, so I just swim back. Maybe stop at another tree on the way. And then I try to climb the vines. And I remember you can't do it whilst in water. So I just swim away. And I'm trying to sink to the bottom so I can swim. Because you can only swim in Minecraft if your head is underwater. And then I'm seeing like if you can be under a lily pad, and you can, which is cool. And then I start to realise I'm drowning. So I stop drowning and head inside. And then I remember what I got the wood for. Making ladders. So I craft it into planks, then craft the planks into sticks, then craft the sticks into ladders. And then continue back down doing my mine. So I've just put this on time lapse because it's a bit boring just watching someone dig a hole. So I just put it on time lapse so you can't get bored. And I find some coal, which is nice. But I just skip past it. So I think I've gone deep enough, and I'm not sure if I've used all my ladders, and I realise I haven't, and so I keep going. And I dig a precise hole in the perfect height. Now I have a mine down to Y40. So if you're wondering why, it's the coordinates. It's how high you are above the bottom of the world. And diamonds only appear at Y16. So that's why I'm heading low, so I can get diamonds. And with diamonds you get like loads of cool stuff. So that's why I'm heading low. And yeah, I'm getting the coal so I can make more torches or cook things in the furnace. So I'm just inside. It's a nice day and things. I'm heading outside and I see a creeper. And because how you know I want gunpowder to make TNT, which is a high explosive, I throw my trident at it to kill it. And I keep throwing and I keep throwing and I get some gunpowder, which makes me happy. And then I go and keep swimming because I like exploring. So I'm just exploring the swamp. And then I see a drowned and I start killing that. With a sword though this time, not a trident. And then I see another drowned and throw my trident at him. Or her. And I kill that drowned as well. And I keep on swimming. And the sun's going down, but I'm still exploring, so I can't be bothered to head home yet. I kill another pig for more meat. I'm doing fine. And I see another pig. But I can run past it because I don't need it. And I go for the sheep. Because when you kill a sheep, it gives you wool, as I said earlier. And you need wool to make a bed, which I still don't have. And I was heading back home when out of the corner of my eye, I saw a slime. So slimes are like giant gelatin cubes, and when you kill them, they split into smaller cubes. And when you kill those, they split into smaller ones. When you kill those, they drop slime balls. And with slime balls, you can make slime blocks, which are essentially mini trampolines that you can like bounce up and down on. So I start killing all the little babies. And because they're so small, they actually can't hurt you. So they just like jump into you. And I'm just killing them all. And I pick up all the slime. And I head home. Because I don't feel like fighting any more like creepers or skeletons today. So when I get home, I'm like, yay, home. and I head inside and close the door so the bad guys can't get in. Then I try to make a slime block, and I realise that I only have 8 slime. And you need 9 for a slime block. So I'm really sad. And then I head out. I head outside to get wood because my inventory's been a bit full lately, and I'm going to make a chest. So with a chest, you can like open it up and put items in it, which relieves the stress on your poor backpack, which you don't actually hold, but still. So I'm just chopping down the tree, and I'm not tall enough to reach the top. And I head back to my house, deftly avoiding the zombie as I go. I head in and bolt the door, which I can make invisible if I stand in it. And I craft up my wood into planks, and craft those planks into a chest. And with that chest, I place it on the ground and fill it with all my extra inventory space. Shortly after killing it. So I open my chest and put all my junk in it so I don't have to carry it around with me everywhere I go. And it's really quite nice because now I can pick up more stuff and collect more things. I then cook my clay to make the bricks I spoke about earlier. And at this time, Rabbit Girl calls for help. She says that there's a witch killing her in her base. So I swim over to get rid of the witch and hopefully get paid for killing the witch. And I got an achievement about eating pork chops. So I turn to the zombie, and that zombie's a special zombie. That's a zombie villager. They spawn less regularly, and they're basically what happens when a villager gets killed by a zombie. And then I kill the witch, I fight it off like a brave hero, and I pick up its glowstone. And one thing the witch does, which is really annoying, is she poisons you. And with that poison, it continues hurting you until you're at half the heart. And then it stops. And so I go into Rabbit Girl's house. It's a nice little mushroom house. And we go outside again. And she gives me a bed, which is what I've been trying to get for ages. And in the nostalgic colour of red. Because when Minecraft was old, all the beds were red. Then they released the World of Colour update, and they made you can have a bed in any colour. And now the default is white. So I always make a red bed just because it's nostalgic. And I just swim back to my house. Very slowly. Bobbing up and down. And when I get inside, close the door. And put down my bed. And another good thing about beds is that they reset your spawn point. Your spawn point is where you reappear when you die. So if I get killed again, I will now reappear in my house. And also another good design of my slab flooring is that the bed fits neatly inside a hollow and it's all nice and covered. And then Rabbit Girl gets blown up by a creeper. I pop back inside. This is a nice dinner. And I think, what should I do now? And I decide to upgrade my base, make it bigger and nicer. So I start hacking out at the stone to expand my base. And I keep hacking. And I keep hacking. And on. And on. And on. And on. Now I've got the space cleared out. I just need to build my base. So I continue with my flooring in this nice checkered pattern and put down all the slabs. And I do the roof with its slabs as well. So now I'm just making my base tidy. I make some trapdoors to cover up the ugly entrance to my mine shaft. And on the second try, I managed to do it. And now I can open and close them when I want to go down and have them closed so I can walk around freely in my base. It's looking okay now, my base. But the one thing that's annoying me is the bed's in the middle of the floor. So I pick it up and move it across to the edge of my base. And it all fits together now. And as I'm making my base, I realised that I want it to be much, much bigger. With multiple rooms and floors and things. But that will have to wait till next time or the time after or even the time after that. Because that will take a while. So I fiddle about with my trapdoors. Rabbit Girl suffocates in a wall. And so she tells me that an entire chunk was missing. And she just fell down it. And then started suffocating because the chunk was gone. And then I fell down my mine and died. And because I'd broken my bed, I didn't respawn there anymore. So I had to take the long journey back all the way again. And I pick up the saplings because deforestation is not good for children. So I head back to my base, head in, pop down the mine, and this time I mostly climb down the ladder and I pick up all my gear and I put my helmet back on and I head back up, opening the trapdoor, closing them again, and yeah, so that's all for today. But if you enjoyed it, please could you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another one where we can do some more fun stuff. This is the first time for me to do Minecraft, so if you liked it, please let me know in the comments, and if you didn't, let me know also so I know what to do better next time. Goodbye.